Yo, what's good, guys? Today I'm just going to talk about 4 proven ways on how you can stay focused and maximize your production. So stay tuned for this video. Let's get right into it. So, number one, guys, dopamine detox your environment. So, the apps on your phone, right? They're hijacking your focus. Like the consistent use of Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. If you're constantly checking these apps every 5 minutes while you're trying to get deep focus, deep lock in, you're gonna be distracting your brain. Like every time your brain is getting into a flow state, it's getting to a rhythm state. You're checking your little apps. Your brain is getting distracted. It's going right back into the beginning, and it has to take 4 or 5 minutes again to get back into that flow state. So be careful with the apps, right? They're hijacking your focus. Focus for a little period, and then after that, then go on the apps. Don't try to break your focus up on the apps. Take your phone and put it in a whole nother room, right? Use app blockers like Freedom or Cold Turkey. These are different app blockers that'll help you when you're trying to stay focused. But put your phone on airplane mode. Put it in another room. If anyone was going to important to message you or text you, tell them I'm going to do 1 hour of focused work, airplane mode. Put your phone in another room. Keep your workspace boring as well. Don't have too many things going on in your workspace. You have this, these little gadgets here and there, and like timers and all kind of things. Like keep it very boring. Keep it just your desk, your computer, your notebook, and a pencil, a pen, highlighter, whatever you need, and focus on your work. Focus on your business. Focus on sending those emails out. That's the only thing you need to be doing at your desk, is just focus on the deep work. Anything else, that's for fun, right? Separate the fun and the work. It's good to have fun at work, but sometimes you need to be locked in, have that deep focus so you can get that over with, and then you can go and have fun and do the real fun stuff in life. So keep your workspace boring. Reduce your dopamine stimulation. From distractions. It makes the brain more willing to engage in deeper work. So number two, guys, work in 90-minute focus cycles. So instead of grinding for like 5 hours straight, just focus deeply for 90 minutes and take a break. So if you're working in 90-minute, 90 minute sprees, that's 1 hour. That's an hour and a half. It's a great time to just focus and work, and it won't keep you agitated. Sometimes you get a little bit agitated if you're focused for too long, 2 hours. You're gonna start reading things on the screen, and it's just gonna just be blur. Like you're not even gonna remember anything. Your emails are gonna be not great. The videos that you're trying to create, or whatever you're trying to do for your business, the sales funnels, the ads, they're not gonna be as great when you're trying to focus for a very long period of time, because you're just gonna want to get it over with. But if you do an hour and a half, that's studies have shown that is actually one of the best ways to maximize your focus, and then take a legitimate break. So go for a walk, go for a run, whatever you need to do. 1 hour and a half focus, 10-minute break. Take the 10-minute break, walk, stretch, breathe. Don't just scroll on IG, or it's TikTok or YouTube or whatever. That's not really a break. It's a break, but it's not the max. It's not the best break you could do if you're looking at screens all day anyways, right? Take an actual break. Get off the screen. Don't look at the screen. Look around at real life. Look around. Go for a little drink of water. Do whatever you have to do, but don't just look at the screen during the break, because you're already on the screen. Your mind is already just numb, right? So go and change your environment for 2 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then come right back, and then get back to work for another 90 minutes. Work in 90-minute sprees. You sync your brain with the natural rhythm. You avoid burnout as well while staying sharp by doing this. So number three, guys, turn your tasks into triggers. Meaning, don't just write study on your calendar, right? Be specific. Say something like, or write something down on your calendar like, I'm studying at 6 p.m. I'm gonna sit at the kitchen table with my headphones on, with my coffee ready. So you're turning your tasks into certain triggers, right? It's more specific. The more specific the cue, the faster your brain is gonna lock in. So it already knows what's coming, and it's kind of a reward, because it's like, okay, this is my study time, and I'm gonna have a nice coffee. I'm gonna have my headphones on. I'm gonna listen to some lo-fi beats or some low volume music, and I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna work. It's almost like a reward. So you want to turn your tasks into certain triggers, right? Your brain craves structure, so creating a habit loop makes entering the focus mode more automatic as well. So your brain already knows, okay, we're doing that at 6 o'clock. We're not just studying, but we're studying with coffee. We're studying with our headphones on. We got water on the side. We got electrolytes over here to keep up with the brain focus. Brain automatically knows that's the time. It's gonna snap into the focus mode, right? You're training your brain, just like how when you sleep, if you sleep at a certain time and you wake up at a certain time, you'll notice your brain is consistently waking up at that same time. And you're like, you check your phone, and you're like, oh, I'm waking up at the exact same time every day. It's like me, I'm waking up right now at 6 a.m. consistently, and my brain just wakes me up. So it knows, like, that's the time, right? Your brain is very intelligent. So when you're making that calendar and you're writing your study time on your calendar, be very specific. Be very specific of what you're doing. When you're writing that this is the task, you need to write an email for 10 different businesses. Make sure you put on your calendar, I'm going to write this email and that email for this business, and I'm going to make sure that I have a warm cup of coffee. I'm going to also have a croissant, and I'm going to have the blinds open. Have that written down exactly, so your brain knows, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're excited, you're looking forward to it. Your brain is going to snap into focus mode way quicker. You don't have to take so long, 10, 30, 40 minutes. Your brain automatically knows that this is the time. So turn your tasks into triggers. And number 4, guys, guard your energy, not just your time. So productivity is not just about how much hours you have, it's about how much energy you can bring. And that's so true, because even 10 hours of focus or a quarter of focus work, you're not really that focused. You're kind of focused, but you put 10 hours in, you won't get as much out of it as 4 hours of intense, deep focus. You're going deep into it. You're asking yourself questions. You're actively engaged into the task that you're doing, whatever it is. If you want to play soccer, basketball, run a business, you're in it fully present, aware. You're asking yourself questions. Because, let's say, for example, you have a basketball player, right? He's practicing basketball for 10 hours a day. Very tough. It's hard on the body. But let's say he wants to, go to the NBA. He's practicing 10 hours a day, but it's sloppy focus. It's, he's tired the day before. He went out partying all night, drinking, whatever, and then woke up the next day with a hangover, and it's not an active focus. It's kind of like a kind of lagging focus. He'll get stuff done, but comparing it to the person who got the 8 hours of sleep, ate clean the day before, went to the basketball court, and is doing 4 hours of basketball practice, he's going to practice his dribbling, his shots. He's going to ask himself questions. What if the defender raised up this way? What if the defender did this? Let me practice how I can shoot over the defender, improve my arc, go around. How can I do a layup with my left hand, the right hand? What if the defender was here? What if it was there? Let me practice how I could do this, how I could do that. Let me take a little break. My arm is getting a little bit fatigued. Let me take a little bit of break. Or maybe let me push through the fatigue and practice shooting with a fatigued arm in case, somebody hurts my arm in the game day. Like, these are the questions that the basketball player who's actively engaged, who has high energy, is going to ask himself. And the other guy who's practicing for 10 hours is just going to go through the motions, just going through the motions, but like after that session, he might not get a lot out of it. So it's very important to guard your energy, not just your time. Bring, productivity, it's not just about how much hours you have, it's about how much energy you can bring. And sleep 7 to 8 hours, eat clean, move your body daily. You can't expect focus from a drained mind. You can't expect your focus to be high from a drained mind. And also, cognitive function is linked to sleep, hydration, and exercise. So improve these things and improve your cognitive function for the deepest amount of work, the deepest amount of productivity, and to stay focused in everything you do, guys. So if you like this video, subscribe, share, like, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.